is brilliant for a lot of reasons, including the fact not only that I love Darnold and he's young and he'll be well coached and the Brady and Rule and have the weapons with Christian McCaffrey and the receivers they have in Carolina. But Carolina knew they weren't getting that quarterback. They weren't getting the quarterback they wanted in this draft. And, Lawrence is going 1, Wilson's going 2. San Francisco is taking a quarterback. We believe it's going to be Mac Jones. I'd say 70-30 Mac Jones versus Trey Lance. But now, Adam Schefter is reporting, quotes, just tweeted this, which is what we teased, with teams locked into the first 3 overall picks, the Atlanta Falcons have now received trade calls from multiple teams and are, quote, open to moving out of the number 4 spot per source. So that is going to be very interesting. We talked about that earlier in the show, that you would see Atlanta get offers for that trade. I would do the offers for that pick. I would do one of 2 things. Either I'm taking Kyle Pitts and I get the card right now to the commish, or I'm making a trade because you still need to stockpile a ton of talent where you still need a starting running back and you still need help on defense and you could still use help on the offensive line. I think Denver is the team you eyeball first and foremost. I think the other team, and let's just have this conversation, is New England. New England is the team that I think has the best opportunity here to Mahomes everyone else, if you remember what Kansas City did to the rest of the league, and trade up to that 4th spot. So I think the 2 most likely teams are Denver and New England. I also think you shouldn't rule out Washington. You shouldn't rule out New Orleans. Not that Atlanta is going to be trading with New Orleans, but I think New Orleans are likely candidate to trade up. I think, if Chicago knows what the hell they're doing, Chicago. I think that if Pittsburgh knows what the hell they're doing, Pittsburgh. But I think the 2 teams that would be most likely to trade up to that 4th overall spot, and this way Atlanta doesn't have to fall that far down, I think Denver and I think New England would make the most sense. And if you're a fan of a team in the AFC East, the Jets or the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins, I mean, that's worrisome here that, you could see a team like New England trade up to 4 and, find a way to get their next franchise quarterback. Dr. Falcon in Los Angeles, our good friend. Next on Sports.
NFL draft, baby. I love all this draft talk. Let's talk about it. I want to give props to Baylor. I think this is one of the most shocking NCAA tournaments in recent memory, including the upsets early. But props to them. But it's all about the draft now, baby, with Dr. Falcon. I disagree with you, Adam. I think we should stay at 4 and get a blue-chip player like Pitts or even Penei Sewell. It's interesting how Penei Sewell, the big tackle, is dropping because all the quarterback talk and all the wide receiver and tight end talk. If the Falcons are going to stay at 4, Penei Sewell should be A and Kyle Pitts should be B because we don't have a backup quarterback. And since we're running it back, Adam, I think Matt Ryan needs help on the O-line, kick Jake Matthews inside the guard. But if you do get Kyle Pitts, this is an all-pro player in the Shannon Sharp mode for several years to come. You don't go 4-12, and we worked hard to go 4-12. Trust me. Devastating losses to Dallas, Bears, Detroit late, and now you're going to trade away the pick. We're running it back with a 36-year-old quarterback, and you want to trade down. I disagree. I agree with my fellow Falcon fan. I love him. Prior to the top of the hour, is saying we should keep the pick, man, and get a blue chip player. You don't get this opportunity that much, Adam. That's my point. It's hard being a Falcon fan, dog. It really is. And now you're talking about trading down to help other teams where you can get a Penei Sewell or Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase because Julio's getting older. Maybe you can.
Well, Dr. Falcon, let me be clear here. I would take Kyle Pitts and not even think twice. I think Kyle Pitts is a Hall of Fame talent. I think this is a special ball player. I would take Pitts. I would team him with Matt Ryan and Julio and Ridley and company, and I'd go play football. But I have to be open-minded about a trade. Now, if it's a trade that I don't want to trade too far down. If I flip flop with Denver, then we can, because if you flip flop with Denver, you're still going to get an offensive tackle. There's a realistic chance you're still going to get an offensive tackle, or you get the best defensive player in the draft. Like, there's a few different things that you could do to benefit the team. If you get an extra first-round pick, or address your running back position with a high second-round pick, whatever it is. But I take Pitts at 4. I take Pitts at 4.
Oh, man, I tell you, I love that. I love that pick, man. Battle-tested in the Southeastern Conference, tore my Bulldogs up. I would love it. Can you imagine Matt Ryan and Hayden Hurst and Kyle Pitts, Julio and Ridley? Ridley's ready to be a wide receiver 1, but we still got Julio. And I already mentioned Jamar Chase, just in case Julio goes down again. So, yeah, stay at 4. And I love the Pitts talk, though, because like you referenced, this is a future Hall of Famer here we're talking about. 4'4" at 6'5.5" and 250. But let's be honest, Adam. It's one of those things where I'm a big guy. I love the offensive tackle. We haven't drafted a tackle this high since Bill Fralick, in 85. Used to go against your guy, Tim Green, at Syracuse when he was in college. Mm-hmm. But Penei Sewell is one of those cats, man. You just cannot, bypass unless you do get a pick. But I'll keep the pick, dog. Keep the pick. Now, as far as DeVonta Smith, and this is bothering me, I said 2 months ago that this guy's the best player in the draft, Adam. Just because he's only 175 pounds doesn't make the case that, this guy should slide down. If Jalen Waddle got hurt and slated ahead of him. Let's talk about DeVonta Smith, Nick Saban's boy. He got hops, he got hands, over 1,800 yards and 23 touchdowns. I love all the draft talk, man, but I got to say DeVonta Smith, and I'm on record, especially for my Doc Mock coming up, I think the fact that DeVonta Smith's the best player in the draft. And that's including Jamar Chase.
When are we doing the Doc Mock? Did your people work that out with all the I's being dotted, the T's being crossed? Did you get what you needed? I know you were holding out a little bit on your latest negotiations with
yes.
SiriusXM. Did you get that deal done? I meant to ask Bob before the show. Bob, has there been any update on Dr. Falcon's contract for the latest edition of the Doc Mock for 2021? Any update?
Yeah, Doc's always in. His contract is good. We'll have him on in about a week or so, Adam. How do you feel about that?
News. That's amazing news. That right there just made my day. Congratulations to Dr. Falcon. Signed, sealed, and delivered for another year of the Doc Mock. So let's pick a day. Why don't we do it either this Thursday or next Thursday for the Doc?
Let's get it out the way. Let's get it out the way, baby. This Thursday. I'm there. Let's get it out the way right out the gate, and we'll do it this Thursday. I'm ready, baby. I got your back, Adam. The world wants to see Thursday. I'll be here. I'm ready.
Not just America, not just Canada. Some negotiations take longer than others. And Dr. Falcon, great job by Bob Steele breaking the story. Seemingly that's in our morning call every morning. I did not ask Bob today. I didn't ask him. So it's nice to hear the deal is done. Dr. Falcon has signed on the dotted line. I's are dotted, T's are crossed. We will get that first Doc Mock, that fresh first edition, coming up on Thursday. Looking forward to it. Michael and the OC, our good friend. Next on Sports.
Adam, to follow Dr. Falcon is always fantastic. Are you kidding? The Doc Mock? Is there anything better?
Well, I'll tell you what's better. How about Angels baseball? How about Angels baseball? It's a short list of things that are better. How about our Angels? Who called it before the season? Who called it?
You did, Adam. And let me tell you, last night, it's been an incredible start.
And I have to give you and all the Angels fans credit for throwing those trash cans at the – First of all, I don't want anyone injured. I don't want anyone getting hurt. But let's make sure we're clear here. The Astros got off, as we've talked about. You're an Angels fan. I'm a Yankees fan. And both our teams were impacted greatly by those cheating frauds, by those jerks, by that buzzed-up freak Altuve. No fans in the stands, shortened year last year. So the Angels, I don't want to hear Dusty Baker with the get over it already. Woe is me. No. The Astros got away with it. Rob Manfred saying, it's just a piece of metal. That's a piece of you-know-what kind of commentary from Rob Manfred. I'm telling you right now, the Astros, if they think this is it, it's going to be even worse. Trash cans, bang on them, throw trash. I mean, the Astros can't get enough in terms of the hate and the disdain.
Adam, we got your back. We got your back in Anaheim. And by the way, contrary to popular belief, that was not me in right field with the trash can last night. I just want to put that out there. But listen, whoever brought the inflatable trash can, that is pure genius. And I think it was a Dodger fan. He had a Dodger hat on, if I'm looking correctly at the clip. And then there was another trash can. It was hysterical. Like you say, no one got hurt. But you know what? They're not going to get away with this. They are going to get booed. And what a nice win last night. Another come from behind win. We got 4 wins. Walsh is killing the ball. Trout, of course, doing Trout-like things. Everybody's contributing. There's a certain energy this year, Adam, Joe Maddon's talking about. There's an energy in the clubhouse. There's an energy on the field. Trout is pumped up. We've got to make it happen. And what a nice start against the cheating frauds. We're not forgetting, Houston. We are not forgetting.
No, we're not. And by the way, it almost sounds cliche, right? That, you always want to start the season hot. The Angels needed it. And so many times there are high hopes last year, and it's over before it even gets started, right? You know that as a fan, Mike. You needed this kind of start. You're not only winning, it's how you're winning. The pitching, the resourceful come-from-behind nature. Trout has been on fire and ridiculously emotional. I love what I'm seeing from your Angels.
It's fantastic. Adam, real quick on the game last night. Listen, Zags came out flat, emotionally, physically, everything. It was over in the first 10 minutes. It's worth having the conversation. And that game Saturday night drained them. It was a draining game. And I thought going in, it could drain them. And sure enough, it did. Baylor was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. They deserved to win. But the Zags were flat. The Bruin game was such an incredibly difficult, emotional, high-level game. They just didn't have enough last night. They just didn't have enough. And Adam, real quick, when they got back to Westwood, I read last night, Mick Cronin, they got all the guys together. You know what Mick said? He goes, pool party, my house.
Huh. I didn't see that. Listen, and I believe that. Anyone who's stressing any kind of negative on UCLA after that game, I mean, you're not paying attention. I really think that Cronin was such a gem this season, and it was a sensational hire, and this was an unbelievable move, and they're going to recruit like no other in Los Angeles. Players want to play for Mick Cronin. It's just great stuff, top to bottom. And I'll tell you, I was wrong on every level on this game last night. Every level, including the hangover. I did not think that there would be any hangover for Gonzaga from the UCLA game. I was dead wrong. I was stunned how wrong I was. I mean, they didn't even bother to show up. Suggs was atrocious. Timmy was atrocious. Kispert was atrocious. Few was atrocious. Just a flat-out mess in every possible way when you look at it here for Gonzaga with everything to play for to win a championship. I can't wait to get these tweets at the Schein Box. Gonzaga's 2020-2021 season was. Can't wait to see how you cats filled in the blank. Poll question. Who won the Sam Darnold trade? Jets or the Carolina Panthers? We will get those results right after Mr. Hurricane and the Mad Dog Sports Radio Sports Fight.